What's going on, everyone? I am the Kilted Cage. Welcome back to my channel. And there's a bunch of non-stop nonsense going on in this lovely little break from reality. We're going to talk about Robyn Hood. The lovely, wonderful, well, okay, not this one by Xenoscope. No, not this one. This one. This, I don't want to call it a dumpster fire. This show, I don't even know how to describe it. At best, I thought about it. I managed to get through 25 minutes of the show. Most of the garbage that I talk about and that I watch, I was able to get through all of Velma. I was able to get through all of She-Hulk. I couldn't get through the entirety of the first episode of this. I'm going to try to go back and finish it and watch the second episode. The first thing I notice about the whole thing is, well, the camera work. Non-stop, not shaky cam, in terms of like the Blair Witch Project found footage nonsense, but Director X, such a lovely name that you want to call yourself, maybe invest in a stabilizer, some sort of stabilizer, because you're going to give people nausea. You're going to make people nauseous and seasick and motion sickness. That's what it is. You're going to cause motion sickness among a lot of people trying to watch this show. The on-the-nose naming of a lot of things, John Prince instead of Prince John. At the core, basics of the story. I told my dad about this, and then I had an epiphany. It's like, wait a minute. The core of the story, like the basic brass tacks, whatever, it kind of actually is Robyn Hood. Some guy, rich guy, has the sheriff on his payroll. Okay. Sheriff 9, okay, sounds familiar. And a particular individual decides to fight back against that and the corruption. And although the rob from the rich and steal to the give to the poor, I haven't gotten that far. I'll wait and pass judgment on that one after I attempt, maybe perhaps watch a couple more episodes. It is relatively similar to what Robyn Hood is. And that, so far, is where the similarities stop. It's the delivery that I have a massive problem with. The first 25 minutes is filled with so many negative stereotypes that you just got to wonder, what are you trying to accomplish with this series? Negative stereotype number one, the mother. Robyn's mother in the show has two daughters, I believe, because I'm not sure if Little John is her son or not, but her two daughters that live with her in the apartment have two separate fathers. What was the purpose of that? Is that supposed to be a positive thing? That's a negative thing. Sure, as a mother, you're trying to do the best you can for your daughters, but you don't have to. That is an intentional addition to a story that was not necessary. Addition number two that I had a problem with. Absentee fathers. I don't know if there's too much of that in the story, but it's been part of stories since I was, a little wee toddler, a long time ago. We'll just go for a long time ago, okay? Absentee father in a black family with two daughters with two different fathers. Neither one of them are involved. And then, to top it all off, the sexuality stereotype of a cookie jar of condoms. Do I need to refill that? Sure, let's promote safe sex, but you're also promoting promiscuity. I don't think that's a positive message to send out, but hey, to each their own. Do what you want as an adult. Anyway, gonna move on from that. These ridiculous stereotypes, why are they in your show? What are you trying to promote? What are you trying to talk about? These are issues I have. Now, the part of the story, the catalyst for what appears to get Robyn to ultimately go on her little crusade is her mother gets shot. There are so many better ways. You can still leave the catalyst as a family member getting shot. The idea that I had that took 5 seconds of just barely think about it goes back to the TV show Good Times, where James, I believe it is, their dad, he gets shot at a robbery gone wrong. That is something they could have done. Now, if you wanted the sheriff and the police and Prince John Prince to be involved in all this. Keep John Prince with the sheriff and the police department on the payroll. Keep it like that. You make them crooked cops, 100% crooked police officers, which appears to be relatively similar to what they're doing in Robin Hood. You have the catalyst as the death of the father being shot by police by mistake during, I don't know, a convenience store robbery where the police show up to try to gain control. Shootout occurs, the father gets shot, absolutely no repercussions to the officer, which unfortunately might be relatively similar to modern day, but you have your opinions on that. But you put that in the show. Mistakes happen, and you have that as the catalyst. You still have your crooked cops, you still have your bullshit crooked white guy. I'm sorry, rich guy. Because according to Director X, this isn't about race. It's like, yeah, well, you made choices, okay? You made choices with this show. And other choices you made have to do with, well, bottom line, Robin Hood, this ultimately, despite the people throwing around ideological this, race that, it's just not a good show. The camera work is terrible. The cliche, negative, stereotypes aren't bad. Negative, massively negative stereotypes, one after another, those are bad. We don't need that. I don't know. Figure out a better way to tell your story without using so many negative stereotypes all at once. But hey, that's just my opinion. But the good old Director X has his own opinion on why people are shitting all over his show. Couldn't possibly be because, well, it's terrible. It's just bad, written bad, performed bad. According to him, Robin Hood director melts down over series' negative reception, claims the show is being review bombed by the racists, because that seems to be the go-to defense when you put out a crappy show. Let's put a person of color in the lead, or the director, or whatever. Therefore, that way, any sort of criticism that comes your way, you can just blow it off and scream to the rafters to the couple of people that still actually watch your show that it's only because of the racist, apparently unable to accept that his modern reimagining of the arrow-slinging outlaw may only appeal to a very, very small niche of audience. It's not good. It's just not good. Robin Hood Julian Christian Lutz has lashed out at cries of his new series, accusing them of being not just angry nerds, there you go, but also outright racist. My goodness. His show's not getting very well reviewed, but we're going to get into those ratings. But all the way down here, this was a couple of days ago. By country, 1.3K, 1-star reviews. That's not good. There's a couple of 2 to 9 stars, but there's also 10 stars. Even if you go into it enjoying the show, this isn't a 10. This is not even remotely a 10. But met with this huge disparity in review scores, Lutz took to his personal Twitter account, and boy, did he ever. What did he have to say? Let's see. Right here. Yeah, that's what y'all on. Robin Hood is getting 1 stars from countries where the show doesn't air or stream. A few people have come out against that argument because Lutz went so far as to respond to people telling them, get yourself a VPN if you want to watch the show. Well, guess what? A lot of people got themselves a VPN to watch a show, and then they gave their opinion on it. But now, because they don't live in the country that it airs, their opinion is irrelevant? This is what y'all on. Review bomb IMDb for a show you haven't seen. That is probably true. I'm sure some of these 10 stars are from people who haven't seen it, and some of the 1 stars are from people who haven't seen it. They've seen the trailer, and they're not interested in what looks like an ideological dumpster fire of nonsense. We got any more? Asked by a fan back on September 27th. Here's the example I was talking about. Robin Hood Bold Outlaw thanks. Does it have an American broadcaster yet? I'm in the middle of an international move. I think it might be the last thing I see on my TV. Mr. Julian Lutz says, not yet. It's VPN time. So you suggest to people that they get a VPN, but then you criticize people who, as Ryan Kendall says, you literally told people to use a VPN to watch it internationally a few days ago. Now you're acting like it's a wild thing to suggest. I know this is hard to imagine, but maybe people don't like the show. He's come out and said a whole bunch of nonsense stuff. One of my favorites. I've checked out a couple of them. My comments are filled with people saying my show isn't getting review bombed. Not in the sense that you think, because not enough people care, probably. As they pile in to every social media platform to talk shit. Well, you're kind of starting it. You've shared a few videos denigrating people for having an opinion on it, calling them racist and angry nerds. Oh, and I think there's another one there where you call them a virgin. So good job. Get your bingo cards out. But I'm sure IMDb is sacred ground. Well, y'all would never act. No, none of these aggregate review sites are sacred ground. They're a means for people to, especially Rotten Tomatoes. I ain't even looked at Rotten Tomatoes because that's just nonsense. They're paid reviews. They're not any sort of sacred ground. I'm pausing too much. IMDb is sacred ground where y'all would never act as you do here. Do here IG or TT? What's IG and TT? Oh, okay. Y'all really think people can't see what's happening? No? Some of the responses, your show is garbage. Sorry, it's the correct score. Stop making excuses for the absolute garbage you made. What else has Mr. Julian said? Whoa, the disappointing thing. Now, he did manage to find a couple of rather derogatory tweets. The disappointing thing is of hundreds of comments, no one acknowledges that there is even some racist shit going on. Well, you're on the internet. There is some anonymity out there, but you have people from around the world able to check out your nonsense with 2 likes. He's got 2 likes. That's a shame. You have people from around the world able to respond to your nonsense, and they simply just voice their nonsense. So yes, you're going to get quite a few people being bigoted, being racist. However, that does not make all of the comments, all of the ratings, bigoted or racist. Sorry. You're ignoring the actual constructive criticism that's being put out and just filing it under, you just don't like black people. YouTuber only, let's see, of the YouTubers, only one, The Quartering, he had a bad take the other day, acknowledged that the fried chicken wizard, just noticed it, crosses the line. It's a joke. That's what jokes do. Right here. You want to check it out? Let me scoot this over a little bit. Yeah. That's Black Gandalf. It's a joke. It crosses the line. Some people might just think it's overly funny. Some of the other comments is, ooh, go loot a Walmart to relax. Oh, okay, that's this one. Let's see, is it this one? Love the show and the deep fried story. I feel like a black person now. Oh no, I think this one's the worst one. It's odd that this is the worst one that he could find. Should have turned your lot away during the Underground Railroad times. Now that is definitely a racist comment. But if that's the worst thing you can find, I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. When apparently someone asked him, just stop. Take the L and move on. Mr. Julian responds with, no, I won't stop. This is hip-hop over here. Dude, you're not black. I just found that out. I believe he's Philippine. Okay. Talcum X would like to talk to you. Maybe get a partnership going. We love beef. Nobody has beef with you. They just don't like your show. That's not beef. You made a bad TV show, and people are judging it accordingly. That's not beef. They're going to point at you. They're going to laugh. They're going to laugh at your show, and then move on with their lives. And you'll be forgotten about in a week or two. But you're on social media. You're on Twitter trying to call out Nerdrotic, Heel versus Babyface, Ryan Kinnell, the Flash, Yellow Flash, not the Flash, Yellow Flash, and Mr. H. You all on your shows calling me all kinds of names, like what, stupid? But won't talk face to face because I might call you a racist. Well, that's all you would do. You're coming out and announcing that you're only interested in a bad faith argument. You don't want to listen to what any sort of actual criticism goes. And you're only going after big channels, such as, again, Gary from Nerdrotic, as with Heel versus Babyface, Ryan Kinnell, Yellow Flash, and Mr. H. When right down here, you've got Mr. Hypnotic. I'll extend an invite for you to my Saturday night show, Saturday Night Hypnosis, where you can talk to 7 other angry nerds of multiple races and call us racists. Huh. Let me know what Saturday you can make it, 8 p.m. Eastern. I hang out with Hypnotic on his live stream every now and then. And yes, it's a bunch of angry nerds, as Director X likes to call them, of multiple ethnicities, multiple nationalities, that actually have varying opinions on all sorts of subjects. Now, why on earth would Director X not accept that invitation? This is from 2 days ago. I can't wait to see what he says. But what about the Robin Hood reviews? As of right now, on IMDb, it's at a 1.1. Might be the lowest it can get. 2.2 thousand. Oh, 1.7 unweighted. So it's even terrible with the massive influx of 1.1s. But what sort of reviews it has? Now, this is an interesting one right here. One right at the top. Warning, spoilers. If people were being bigots and racists and just all that stuff, why would they put a spoiler warning before their review? 1 out of 10. Tax write-off gone wrong. Clearly, this was never meant to make it to air. What other sort of racist comments you have going? Characters spew their dialogue and the script is so clipped, it's like the actors just wait for the other characters to finish talking before saying their line. It's like a notch above school play, but with worse script. Oh, there's more? Oh, goodness. The script makes zero effort to endear any of the characters to you. You got a misspelling there. Sorry, I'm nitpicky. The main bad guy has more endearing qualities than any other protagonist, all of whom are just portrayed as narcissist, petty criminals. I guess that was all racist. Let's see. The utter cringe garbage to the point watching it is actually funny to laugh at, not with. I loved the bit with the computer hacker guy who had to hack into a drone for reasons in the most utterly absurd way possible. Who seriously goes on a night heist all dressed in black, but their faces lit up by LEDs? That's a little bit of nonsense. Can you even see through a mask like that? I had that comment about Robyn in Gotham Knights. That was just dumb. Oh, another 1 star. Garbage. Spoiler warnings. Spoiler warning. Look at all these spoiler warnings. Actual spoiler warnings. People giving 1 out of 10 stars. Are those racist as well? Let's check out one more. This is an embarrassing... Oh, this is from an angry Canadian. Not even someone on a VPN who just wants to hate. From one embarrassment to another. Days of the world not taking us seriously are certainly coming to the middle. Coming to a middle. Is that terminology? Hesitate to even describe the show. I want to spare you from secondary time wasting. However, there is a minimum I appreciate that it took time and effort to make this and that it was low budget, but it probably should never have been made. Audio is low quality, writing's bad, cinematography is probably something I could do, which is not good. The camera quality is decent at least, except for the whole bobbing and weaving, shaky cam next, left, right, and center. Between the writing and the acting, I have a feeling even AI can do a better job. That's frightening to say. It at least has the zany charm of not comprehending existence. Oh, talking about the AI. It's not that everyone is terrible all the time. It's that that the lows are so numerous and prominent, even the best performances are irrelevant. It's people putting out paragraphs of actual reviews instead of coming in and going, this show is terrible. While it is, 1 out of 10 stars. Kevin Costner, all is forgiven. Wow. It's people giving their legitimate opinion. So to sit there, paragraphs of their opinion, actual reviews, and what they think was bad on the show. How to completely and utterly misunderstand a character. The characters in this show are completely unlikable criminals. That's a shame. So, I have a feeling that Mr. Director X is just, trying to get some sort of recognition for the dumpster fire nonsense that is Robin Hood. I don't see this show getting better. I'm going to try to get through the first episode, give the second episode a look. I'm going to try my best. 25 minutes in and I had to stop it, and that was last week. Haven't come back to it. But hey, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Check out the first 2 episodes, or finish the first episode. Check out the second episode. so many people, is it racist? Are you a bigot? Or do you just not like garbage television? Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Appreciate you making it this far. Do me a solid. Hit that little subscribe button and share this nonsense with friends and family. Share it with the enemies too. Have a good one.